everybody, I hope everybody's doing fine today, and I'm here to do another video on the Minc Machine, but today I'm talking about using transfer gel. So we're going to talk about transfer gel, stencils, how to use it with your foils, just another awesome idea of things to make with your Minc Machine. So stay tuned and sit back and relax and take a few notes. Hey guys, so this is what we're using. It is the Deco Foil Transfer Gel from icraft and the Deco Foil Transfer Sheets, also from icraft. This is our little folder from the Minc Machine. Just a piece of, well, it's a little closer to 5x7 white cardstock, our palette knife, and a lovely stencil. And this one, I do not remember who it's from. It might be Simple Stories, but I'm not completely sure. Anyways, what we're going to do with this is we are going to use our transfer gel over top of the stencil. We're going to let it dry and then adorn it with our deco foil, and I'll show you how we do that. So first things first, move these out of the way. We are going to just pop this on top of our cardstock. You can use whichever side or whatever words you want, or break it up, whatever works. With this one, after a while it actually repeats itself, so you could do half and half, whatever you want to do. So we just get our transfer gel onto here, onto our palette knife, and cover it in the areas that you want on your paper. You just want to do a nice thin layer so it doesn't take as long to dry. You could use your heat gun to help matters and get it to dry faster. I don't tend to use my heat gun, but you could, so that is an option. So make that nice and cover. It's gonna be so pretty when it's done. I chose purple as my foil choice, but there's a huge selection of different choices you can use. And the links for icraft products will be listed below. I believe it's ThermoWeb that actually puts that out. So many of you are probably very used to ThermoWeb doing adhesives, which this is. So we're trying to get off all the excess. And there we go. So you put that back into your container so you can save it for down the road. And I'm going to pull off the stencil. And we will just let that dry. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the awesome words. It looks so cool. In the interim, when you're waiting for that to dry, you can go and wash your stencils off and your palette knife. So I will let that dry and I'll be back in a few minutes. So now our project here has actually dried, and I'm going to show you what to do next. First of all, we are going to turn on, sorry I have to hand hold this because my stand actually doesn't reach this far. So we're going to turn this on. If you saw my last Minc video, you will have seen how we actually do this. I'm just going to turn on the button back here and push the gold button. We want it to go to 3. It's actually going to be very fast. When it turns green, it's time to go. So I'm just going to pop this open. These sheets are 6x12 and we don't need that much, so we're going to actually just trim it down. And in my other Minc video you would have seen me doing this as well. So our machine is ready, so when we're ready to pop this in, it's ready to go. So you will see, you can cut it about here. I'm going to cut it down. And honestly, I'm going to cut it all the way down because this is the size I will always be using. And then we can do the lengthwise. It's always good not to use too much because you can reuse, or I guess you can use what's left over. So now you're going to pop this on top of this. Make sure you cover the whole thing. And then we're going to put it in a clear plastic folder and get ready to feed it into the machine, and I will show you how to do that. So now you can see it's green, so that means it's ready to feed. So I'm going to grab our folder and gently put that in there. And you do not have to push it, it just manually goes by itself once you pop it in there. And you'll see that there will be something hanging over, a little bit of a lip. That's okay. The only issue with this, and the only reason you use these, is because you want to make sure that the front part actually goes through with no problems. So the back part actually doesn't matter. So if that hangs over and out of the sheet, that's okay. So it's starting to come out now. I'm just kind of holding on to it. All right, and I'm just going to turn it off. And now I'm going to show you our creation. Okay, so now you just take the project out of here. It looks like it worked really well. And then with your foil, you just slowly pull it off. And look how awesome that turned out. You can cut out the words or you can leave it like that as a background. Looks awesome. And then with this, there is a reversal that you can use that for. So yeah, you can use that as well. So there will be another video down the road to show you how you can reuse that. So these are just some of the fun things that you can do with transfer gel. So I highly recommend it if you have a Minc machine, whether it's the 6x12 or the 12x12. This works great.